go to the finale of the North versus South Challenge, and it's another handicap start. These are the fast boys heading down towards the hairpin. Let's see who can get the best run. Ronnie Van Zandvoort uses the power of the Mustang, but going right with him is Manny Sim on the outside, Jim Packy on the inside, and the two other V8s, and at the back Frank Wright getting caught up there just a little bit. Travelling on board with Dave Ross and his little Anglia, one of the very quick cars here at Ruapuna, the little cars that is. There he is on the left-hand side with the red headlights, doing a very good job. Very, very busy part of the track, you'd have to say, with so many big cars all around them. They're quick through the infield, then they get wound off down the front straight. And now taking the pressure from the PB Velox of Wayne Patrick, I think it is, really giving him a hard time on the inside. So Wayne Patrick going through. In fact, the fight ahead, look at this, a great scrap between Manny Sim and Ronnie Van Zandvoort and their two Mustangs, and it's Sim who's gone ahead in that one. So Patrick settling in behind them, lots of smoke. Frank Wright just taking a watching brief this time after his big off in the earlier race. Fortunately, no damage to the big Chevy Nova. Now Manny Sim gets the power down. Ronnie Van Zandvoort, though, down the inside. Van Zandvoort's going to get this job done, that's for sure. So more top-end speed down this long Ruapuna front straight. And here's the view from inside Dave Ross's car, closing right up on Jim Packy, trying the inside line on the Futura. That doesn't work, so he has to pull back just a little bit. And that 54 Anglia is still sitting at the back of that group. Lots of smoke or lots of dust there in the background. Someone's been off out of this group. In fact, John Dawson was the guy we saw off there in a big way earlier. He's in the 26 car. Meantime, just ahead of them, a big fight. This is the car of Bill McKinnon from the North Island getting worked over by local guy Kevin Halkin in the little Anglia. So that job gets done. Meantime, Frank Wright trying to carve his way through the infield, where it gets very, very busy with Anglias climbing all over the big Chevy Nova. Not too far ahead of them, two North Islanders fighting here. Tony Christensen in the Falcon, leading out Chris Brown's little Anglia there. Brown did well in the last race. These two, though, trying to get a bit of a break on the other South Islanders and not wanting to do anything to each other. So down the front straight, Ronnie Van Zandvoort you can see pushing through, and Grant Sprague in the background catching up with the fast movers, cutting through the field ahead of him. He's still got plenty of space left, though. Big open ranging track as he hits about 150, 155 miles an hour down into this bottom corner. A big lock-up from one of the Anglias there as they are being tracked and run down. There he is, Grant Sprague. So really putting the pressure on, trying to run them down, these cars ahead of him, and win this challenge for once for the North Island. Talk about win the challenge. Here it goes. Glenn Brazier in the number 1 Anglia, top South Island Anglia racer, gets by Tony Christensen. So one North Islander dispatched, and that could be all important. The way we had the points, they were pretty tight coming into this. Here's Sprague. This is against Wayne Patrick in the PB Velox. Oh, and Wright spins it in the background. This is where he went off at 150 miles an hour before. Back at the front, though, Invercargill driver Glenn Brazier getting away from Tony Christensen and these pursuers. That's Mitch Cobham in the little Cortina and Wayne Tuffley in the Anglia. So these two locals having a bit of a scrap there as well. Oh, and John Dawson in that EJ Holden trying to join him too. So this is heavy South Island territory at the moment. And only Christensen in the 50 car is the only one amongst them. Toenails he's got on the side of there. And at the moment, the North Island chances are hanging on by their toenails. And here we go down. Oh, Christensen under attack by Tuffley. So he's really got to fight hard. Looks like he's used up all the tyres. But here comes the heavy artillery. Grant Sprague charging through from behind. And Tuffley goes off. Also Cobham off too. So this is getting into the closing stages. Sprague gets two South Islanders, although he's also left behind Christensen. Tuffley still ahead though, and Brazier ahead of him. Can he do it in the dying stages? Well, no way he's going to get Brazier. It's a win to the south, but Sprague comes through for second. It'll be a cliffhanger result, this one, as to who's won it, north or south. And look at this, Brazier, all out of gears, just made it to the finish line. After two DNFs, Glenn Brazier comes back for that third race win ahead of Grant Sprague and Wayne Tuffley. And that final race result is critical to the outcome of the Mag and Turbo North versus South Challenge, a win to the south by just 2 points.